How much have you been able to do this week?
Not a lot. It's something you just have to cope with. And we realistically, I knew there was 99% chance of the game being off. I almost took a flyer in it and told the boys to have a couple of days recovery. We've had a busy period of time. I told them to be prepared for a 10 o'clock call on Tuesday morning, but I didn't see it happening. And I spoke to Terry, and there was little chance really. Although we would have really liked to have played a game, just the weather conditions weren't going to allow it. Giving the boys a couple of days off, with a view to getting our legs back and coming in today and working extremely hard. We've got a couple of boys who travel a little bit, and it's not ideal with the weather conditions. So we decided a couple of days, get your legs, and we go again today.
Does a light week, when you're 3 months into the season, you've had a hard pre-season, hurt too much?
No, not at all. No, we the only disadvantage, well, not disadvantage, one of the disadvantages, you don't know. You're going to keep training on the grass and keep doing the things that you're doing week in, week out. But we're really delighted that Cirencester have let us use this again, and we're very thankful to them. And it's a great surface, and we can get some proper work into the boys, and that's really important.
When you've got limited time to train or limited facilities, do you just concentrate on simple things like shape of the team, set pieces, that sort of thing?
No, not even that today. Today's a work day. We've had a couple of days where they've told them to get the rest. Today's get back in, get a sweat on, get back to passing, get back to keeping the ball, get back to doing what we do week in. It's not a day. It's not a day to be stood around doing team shape and stuff like that. I rarely do that on a Thursday. Tomorrow might be a little bit more structured that way in terms of the team, but today's about getting some work back into the legs, making sure that their chests are open and they've got a little bit of work, and we're ready for Saturday.
Is it able you to sort of take stock a little bit of the first third of the season? I mean, you're top half of the table, no injuries at the moment.
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it. All I want to do is I wanted to beat Southend. I wanted to, beat Lincoln. We're in a decent position, with our game in hand. If that would have gone ahead, and a positive result, we could have been in an even better one. We're not, resting on our laurels. The boys have worked extremely hard, and we're just going to continue to do that and just try to keep improving. There's plenty of things we can do better. There's plenty of things we're quite good at. But we just, as a group, we've just got to keep going and going and going, and it's a decent enough position to be in, and we only want to make it a better position. Have
you been pleased with the contribution of the three loanees? Because you made the three signings that were either half a season or full season, knowing that they would be as much as part of the squad as anybody who was here permanent.
That was the idea behind it. We don't want to just bring people in here willy-nilly. We knew the budget, and we knew there weren't going to be a great deal of movement. I was asked would I want to keep a little bit back for loans to get as and when, and it's not something I've done. I like to get my squad and stick to it. Occasionally you might need a boost here, there and everywhere. You might need a boost when you're doing really well. You might need a boost when you don't get a couple of results. But Sean, Marlon and Shruti have all played the part, and will all continue to play the part. For however long they're here. They're all great lads to work with. They're all young boys. They're all terrific trainers. They're all desperate to play more game time for us. And they've been a great part of our squad so far.
The chairman did indicate there might be something out of the Southampton Cup money for you. I mean, would extension of those loans be one option for Truce and
I would have
Jefferson?
thought so. We'll sit down. I had a board meeting the other day. We had a brief chat about one or two things, and I'll have a chat with the boys and their clubs over the next couple of weeks and try and sort something out. We are constantly looking, for better and to improve the squad as and when money releases itself, and that's our job as well as preparing the team. Our job is to make sure we've got the best squad we can possibly have, to get the best players we can possibly have. But at the minute we've got a really good spirit, we've got a really good togetherness about the boys, and we don't want to, when we do bring something in, it's got to be one, better, and two, add to the group mentality that we've got.
I guess you haven't spoken much about Lincoln or even thought about it.
I saw George Tuesday night at Kidderminster. Went to Kidminster York to watch them, to have a look at a couple of the York players. There was one player there in particular that I wanted to have a look at. George was with me and Neil, and we chatted about their performance against Hereford, and they were, by all accounts, a very good team on the day. They're putting a good performance. They play with two wide players who can hurt you. Lad in the middle of the park pulls the strings. I know about him. Steve Tilson's a good manager, and he's gone in there and he's doing a decent job. And I'm sure he'll get them going and playing the right way. And we just got to keep doing what we're doing. The boys are. I said, it's all comes about through hard work with our lot, and if we work hard, I think we've shown that we can play.
Just lastly, I imagine you really want the game to be on, because if you're 2 games behind, it just skews the table a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, we're trying to get the South End ones arranged as quickly as we can. Hopefully, Paul will have an answer about that one after training today. We don't want to fall behind, particularly with the ground sharing. It's not ideal in terms of if both clubs are chasing their tails come whenever. We want to stay ahead of the game, and we're in form. We're in a decent bit of form. The boys are playing extremely well. So ideally, we want the game on, and I think the shout from the club is that we're going to do everything we can to get that game on. We're obviously, up to the weather. Whether it thaws out enough. At the minute, the ground's probably not right. But I say Terry and the ground staff will be doing all they can.
Great, thanks a lot.
Mark, going back to the loans, what's Marley Watkins' situation? I know he's injured, but
Marley's,
is he still officially on loan at Bath?
Yeah, he's there till the 20-something of December. It's written on my office wall. I don't know the exact date. It's 21st or 23rd, something like that. I think then he'd have to come back for at least a week anyway, because they haven't taken out the sort of half-season loan. So that's fine. He might be back for us for a week and back out somewhere else, or back out at Bath if they want to do anything. Obviously, it was great for him for the first 6 weeks. The last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, he picked up an injury away at Luton. It was possibly going to be out for a bit longer, but fortunately, it's not been too bad. He's back. He's training today, and we'll continue to be at Bath for the time being.
Do you think anyone else might be going out to get some football? Because there's a few lads that aren't.
Kyle might be Kyle's possibly going out. Yeah, we've agreed a deal with Salisbury. Kyle needs football, and I've offered a few clubs his services, and it's like everybody at the moment. We've not taken loans. The money is tight everywhere, and that's not a problem. But Darryl Clark's pal of mine anyway. He the manager down there, player manager. He's been tailing Kyle for a number of months, and it's not been right because of injuries to players that I've had, defenders that I've had. I've been trying to get him out, for a couple of weeks now, and hopefully that'll happen in the next couple of days.
Yeah, and you've got Marlon packed for the entire season. Do you think Robin Shroot and Sean Jeff has done enough so far to warrant keeping on?
Of course they have. Yeah, of course they have. We'll, I'll sit down with the boys over the next couple of weeks and we'll try and sort where we're going.
Going to just change the subject completely. England are trying to get the World Cup today, and the decision's going to be made this afternoon. If it's successful, from an English manager's point of view, do you think how big would that be? Do you think?
Massive. Yeah, absolutely massive. I've just heard David Beckham and Prince William and parts of David Cameron's speeches, and it sounds like we have got a fantastic bid. Everybody knows that, but it doesn't quite. It's not quite as simple as that with FIFA by the sounds of it. So, whatever it'll be, will be. Hopefully we'll get it, and hopefully, we know we'll do a good job. We've got great training facilities, at some of the clubs that in the top end that I've got, they'll be made available. We've got everything, and hopefully it can give the economy a boost as well. I'm sure it'll give the economy a boost if we do get it.
Yeah. Cheers, Mark.